Everybody, good morning. It is Dr. Mary Claire Haver. I am coming on live to talk about my latest TikTok, which is a different kind of challenge or tip that I posted about. And so if you are most of my followers are women, so hi, welcome. And if you're a woman in midlife who feels like she's done everything she's been told to do, she's counted calories, she's worked out, she's done this fad diet, that fad diet, and nothing seems to be sticking or working. Like, you'll lose a few pounds, but nothing really seems to be sustainable for the long run. Then I have a tip for you to try that I think, if you've not tried this yet, could absolutely be the game changer and blow your mind. And it's kind of a quick and dirty way to learn about the Galveston diet. So here's what I want you to do, and you may want to get your pens out for this if you're following me live. I want you to, and I have a TikTok on this with all the instructions, so if you want to go check that out when we're done with this. They haven't posted it yet. I've been in shadow ban territory for a little while, but I want you to take these steps down. I want you to go to the App Store and download a nutrition tracker. That's the first thing, okay? So this is specifically for someone who's been in midlife, men or women, but most of my followers are women. And you've counted the calories, you've gone to the gym, you've done this fad diet, that fad diet, and nothing seems to be working. No matter what you do, nothing seems to be working. And nothing seems to stick. You may lose a few pounds on X, Y, or Z, but it comes right back on, and then you're kind of worse off than when you started. This is absolutely for you. So I want you to track 5 things. So go to the App Store, download a nutrition tracker. You can pick whatever. Some people do MyFitnessPal, Carb Manager. My favorite is Chronometer. It's Chronometer, Chronometer. And so download that, put it on your phone so you can keep track of this. Or, so it's handy because most of us have our cell phones next to us at all times. And then I want you to track 5 things. Now, remember that most of these apps were developed to track macronutrients. They were developed to track calories in, calories out. You may have to get a little tricky with setting up the ranges, but I don't want you to track calories, and I don't want you to track macronutrients. I want you to track 4 micronutrients. This is so different. This is probably different than any other thing that you've ever tried to do. I want you to track fiber. I want you to track magnesium. I want you to track omega-3 fatty acids. And I want you to track vitamin D. 4 things, okay? I want you to eat your normal stuff. Don't go on a diet. Don't do anything special. I want you to track these 4 things alone for a week and just kind of see where you fall within the RDA, the recommended daily allowances. And that should be a part of your app, okay? You should have a little range on the side that gives you a percentage of where you are. So you've got to pick an app that tracks nutrition. We don't care about calories for this little, exercise. We don't care about macronutrients. I don't care about protein, fat, or carbohydrates. We're simply tracking the nutrients, okay? So fiber, omega-3, magnesium, vitamin D, okay, for those of you who are jumping on now. Okay, so the app I like, okay, and it's free, and you should be able to do this in the free version. You have to kind of go in the settings and make sure that you are setting it up correctly, and there's a lot of YouTube videos to show you how to do that, is Chronometer, Chronometer. Chronometer. That's my favorite. Other people have been successful with MyFitnessPal. Other people have been successful with Carb Manager. If you've done this challenge and been successful with another app, please put in the comments and let us know. Okay, so remember, we are going to track 4 things. So hi, a lot of new people are joining. So I'm Dr. Mary Claire Haver, creator and founder of the Galveston Diet, and I have a challenge for you. If you're in middle age, and you've done everything. You've done every fad diet. You've tried everything. Nothing seems to be working. You've gone to the gym. You've cut your calories. You lose a few pounds. It comes right back on. Then you're worse off than when you started. This challenge is for you. This challenge is for you. I'm not selling anything. This is absolutely free, okay? This is helping you change your mindset around food, okay? And starting to think differently about food. So here it is. I want you to track 4 nutrients. Okay, so download a tracker. My favorite is Chronometer. I have the paid version, but you can do this in the free version. Other versions that people have been successful with are MyFitnessPal and Carb Manager. Catherine, do you have any recommendations for nutrition apps? Remember, these are apps to track nutrition. A lot of them were developed to track macronutrients or calories, but Chronometer was developed to track nutrients, which is why I like it. Their database is incredible. MyFitnessPal, I see a MyFitnessPal on there.
There are a lot of independent apps that are created by people for diet programs.
My daughter's a nutrition major.
None that track
nutrients. Okay,
so I think there definitely are.
You have to come on camera. You can't be off camera talking. Sorry, it's frustrating for the followers. Okay, Chronometer. All right, this is Catherine. She's a nutrition science major.
There definitely are some apps that track, macros, calories, all of that stuff, but you're not really gonna get as in-depth of an explanation than with the bigger apps like MyFitnessPal and Chronometer. And I'm sure there's more, but those are the top two. And I even think Chronometer is a little bit more in-depth. My nutrition professors asked that we use that one. So.
Okay. All right. So first step one, get an app that's going to track nutrients. We don't care about calories. We don't care about macros. Some of those will count those, but that's not the purpose of this exercise. Okay, we're resetting our minds. Okay, and then there's 4 nutrients you're going to track for a week. So like in Chronometer, you can move those nutrients up to the front of your app so that you see them at all times rather than having to dig into the app to find them. You just have to go into settings. There's YouTube videos, but you're going to track fiber. You're going to track omega-3 fatty acids. You're going to track magnesium. And you're going to track vitamin D, okay? Just track them. Eat your normal stuff. Don't go on a diet. Don't do anything special. And do not take supplements, okay? This is the point of the exercise. Do not take the supplements, okay? Step 1, fiber, omega-3, magnesium, vitamin D. Eat your normal, regular stuff. Then you are going to look over the week where you were deficient in each of those nutrients. Okay, if you are not deficient based on your diet alone, do not track supplements. In those, in your food that you're eating, if you're not deficient in these, according to the recommended daily allowance, recommended daily amount, which is loaded into the tracker. You don't have to go look it up on the outside. It should show you, here's what the RDA is, and here's where you fell short. Okay, Chronometer does a beautiful job at this. It tells you percentages, okay? You're shooting for, you should hope, so if you hit 100% of each of those, you don't have a weight problem. You don't need to do this. You are absolutely fine unless you have hypothyroidism or something, okay? You don't need me if you're hitting 100%. Track them for a week, okay? Then you're probably deficient in one or more of those. I want you to choose nutrition in the form of food, not supplements. This is the point of the exercise. I want you to choose whole food, nothing in a bag or a box, okay? Whole, nutritious food that is going to raise you to 100% at least of the recommended daily allowance of these nutrients. Mind-blowing. You're not tracking calories. So it's going to take a little bit of work on your part. And I will, in the comments, I made a whole TikTok about this just recently. I kind of redid the TikTok. I've done this a few months ago and it had 5 million views or 6 million views, whatever. But I want you to choose food, not supplements. People are like, oh, I bought all the supplements. You cannot supplement your way out of poor nutritional choices. You can't do it. It's not going to work. You're not going to negate the drive-through by taking a handful of supplements. I want you to choose food, not supplements. Do not include your vitamins or supplements. Don't do it. You need to see where you are missing, because this is where we are falling short as a culture, as in the United States. If we think we're eating healthy, we are trying to take supplements to make up for nutritional deficiencies that we easily could make up for with dietary choices. Who are supplements for? When you're allergic, when you have food intolerances, when you can't take these things, when you choose when you go plant-based and you can't get enough B vitamins, which is very, very common, okay? I want you to choose food, not vitamins, not supplements, Food. This is the point of the exercise, okay? That will raise you to at least 100% of the FDA. Why does this work? Why, Dr. Haver, why does this work? Why does this work? Why does this work? Because when you're choosing whole foods that contain high amounts of omega-3 fatty acids, they also contain vitamin D. They also contain fiber. They also contain a myriad of other micronutrients that are essential for our body to work normally. We developed as a species with a wide variety in our diet. There were no processed foods when we were cave people. We genetically need to be eating these things for our bodies to work more efficiently. And so when you say you choose a berry. Berries are high in fiber, okay? Berries are super high in fiber. They are packed with energy. They also contain anthocyanins. Anthocyanins are wildly effective anti-inflammatory and antioxidant phytochemicals that are naturally occurring in berries. They're all and their anthocyanins are found in other things too, but berries is like my prime example. So in this little nutritious little ball of juicy deliciousness, you are getting fiber, you're getting anthocyanins, you're getting vitamins and minerals, all that are gonna make your body work more efficiently and decrease your inflammation levels, okay? The purpose of this exercise is to choose food and not supplements. So people did this challenge and just went out and bought all the supplements and like, yay, I'm good. Why didn't I lose weight? I'm like, because you didn't choose food. You were still making poor nutritional choices and artificially elevating your nutritional status with supplements that you didn't need. You just needed to eat the whole food. Okay, so berries kick your carb ratio up. Hey, this is an exercise in not tracking macronutrients and not tracking carbs and not tracking calories. Just try it. Try it for a week. Okay, so if those of you who are just joining, a lot of you guys come in and out. Hi, I'm Dr. Mary Claire Haver. I've got a challenge for you, a new challenge. I've done it a few months ago, but I've kind of tweaked it to make it a little more clear. I've got a challenge for you. So if you are in middle age, you were kind of doing okay with your weight and your health and everything, and all of a sudden everything hit the shitter, okay? Excuse my language. You are all of a sudden having weight gain in places you never had it before, weight gain that won't stick, and you're doing everything you've tried, X diet, Y diet, Z diet, it's not working. You are counting calories, you're going to the gym, you're working out, it's not really working. You lose a few pounds here and there doing X, Y, Z, but it comes right back. It comes right back, okay? I've got a challenge for you. This is a free challenge. It's done right here. I have a TikTok about it, so if you want to go check out the TikTok, that's fine. I'm actually going to write a blog on this really soon because I think it's a fantastic exercise if you've never done it before. Hang on, I got to let my doggy out. Hey, buddy. Hey, bud. You want to go outside? See? Hi, Rex. Hey, bud. Sorry. Okay, go potty. Go potty. Good boy. Good boy. I know, I use that weird baby voice when I talk to my dog, but my children are grown. He's my baby now. Okay. So, I'm going to blow your mind here if you're new. Okay, hi, I'm Dr. Mary Claire Haver, creator and founder of the Avison Diet. I'm also a board-certified OB-GYN. Didn't learn shit about nutrition in medical school or residency. However, I went and got culinary medicine certified, which is about an 18-month nutrition-based medicine course for practitioners, advanced practitioners. It was 60 hours of coursework. So, coursework meaning like college hours, plus several hours of labs. I had to fly across the country to do different labs. It was probably one of the best things I've ever invested in myself. It was several $1,000s to get certified, but now I am a certified culinary medicine specialist, which is where I learned the bulk of this nutrition, okay? So step one in this challenge is download an app that's going to track nutrition, not calorie. We don't care about calories. We don't care about macronutrients. My favorite app is Chronometer, Chronometer. Hang on one second. Catherine is Chronometer, Chronometer. Hang on one second. Catherine. Hey, babe. Daddy's texting. Can you call him, tell him I'm on a video, and I'll call him back? Okay. Sorry, my husband works in Kazakhstan and he's there. He just got there a couple days ago, so he's texting. Okay, so this challenge is free. You don't have to buy anything. It's just here on TikTok. It's kind of just a fun thing for me to do, and it really helps open people's minds to nutrition and thinking things differently. So the challenge is for if you are, most of you guys are women, most of you guys are middle-aged that follow me. Hi. If you're younger, you're welcome. If you're a dude, you're welcome. So and this is for people who are struggling with their weight. They've tried everything. They've done everything people have told them to do. They've counted calories. They've gone to the gym. They've tried X and Y and Z fad diet. They've tried this, that, and the other, and nothing is working, nothing is working, nothing is working, okay? I have a challenge for you. It's going to take a few weeks, so invest the time and just breathe and trust me. You're going to do things very, very differently than you've ever done them before, but this works, okay? This is a nutrition challenge. Oh, what? It's a nutrition challenge, okay? Here we go. Download an app that will track nutrients. Most of the apps out there were developed to track calories or macros. Macronutrients are protein, fat, and carbohydrates. That's the keto land, okay? We're not doing that. But a lot of these apps have a very powerful nutritional database where they're tracking things like your vitamins, your minerals, your micronutrients. I'm going to have you track micronutrients, okay? So my favorite app is Chronometer, Chronometer, Chronometer. Other people use MyFitnessPal. Other people use Carb Manager. Again, MyFitnessPal was developed for caloric counting, but it does have a pretty powerful nutritional database. Carb Manager has a pretty good nutritional database as well. Chronometer was developed for nutrition. It happens to track calories. It happens to track macronutrients, but it was specifically developed to track nutrients. So I really like their database, and they're very, very protective over what can go in there. So I feel like the data is pretty good. So but you do you pick you. There are free ones out there. You do not need to buy anything to do this challenge. I have Chronometer. I like Chronometer. I even like Chronometer for my desktop because the visual is a little bit better than on my phone. I put in the info on my phone. When I'm eating, I can scan, I can do whatever. And then I go back and I look at my desktop at the end of the day to see where my nutritional components fell. Okay, I want you to track 4 nutrients. That's it, 4, just 4. Fiber, I want you to track fiber. Omega-3 fatty acids, I want you to track those. Magnesium and vitamin D, okay? Eat normal, don't go on a diet, don't do anything different. Just track those 4 things. Fiber, omega-3 fatty acids, magnesium, and vitamin D. Just those 4, okay? Eat normal, don't do anything different. At the end of your first week, do a composite look back and see where you were deficient in those nutrients. Those apps have those. Don't do anything different. At the end of your first week, do a composite look back and see where you were deficient in those nutrients. Those apps have those RDA, the recommended daily allowance. I use these apps, okay? My favorite is Chronometer. That's what I use. Okay. Track them for a week. See where you are deficient. If you are not deficient in any of them, you don't need me. You probably don't have a weight problem. You are doing absolutely fine, okay? But most of you guys out there are going to be deficient in 1 or more of these things. Then here's the most important thing I want you to remember. Use nutrition, not supplements, whole food nutrition. Food. I want you to use food to raise the value of those 4 nutrients to at least 100%. I want you to use food, not supplements. Do not count your vitamins or supplements. Actually, stop taking them for a week unless your doctor has advised you to take them for medical reasons, okay? Put the supplements aside. See where you are with food. Then add food, nutrition, whole food nutrition, to raise the levels of those values to 100% or more. Do that for a couple of weeks. Don't count the calories. Don't freak out about your calories. Don't freak out about the macros. Leave that aside because that's not serving you. It's not working, okay? Just track your nutrition. Not only will you likely lose weight if you are overweight, You will gain health benefits that will blow your mind. That will blow your mind. You're going to sleep better. Your blood sugars will likely go down. Your fasting insulin levels will go down. Okay? You are going to have less brain fog. Your inflammation levels will decrease. Not if you take a handful of supplements to reach these levels, but if you use food. Food, food, food. Okay? Don't supplement. Now, who needs to supplement? You have an allergy to certain things, fish, you're going to struggle with omega-3. Okay, can't eat fish, can't stand fish, you have a food intolerance to fish, can't stand the smell, you probably need to supplement. You have chosen to become vegetarian or vegan. You're going to struggle with certain nutrients, getting them in, okay? I'm reading the comments, my hair is darker. Some days, I don't know, I cover the gray with different colors, mix it up. Okay. It will blow your mind. I know some of you watching have probably already done this challenge. I posted it a few months ago and I've reposted it today with a few caveat changes, so to make it more clear, because I got a lot of the same questions over and over again. Hang on, I got to put on my tracker. You need so I'm going to go, if you have questions about this, put them in the question box down here below. There are 300 of you roughly watching this right now. So the comments are scrolling by so quickly with my tired menopausal eyes that it's hard for me to keep up. So drop your questions in the question box and I will go and answer them to the best of my ability. Okay. I'm only going to, let's see. How much over 100% is okay for any or? Great question. It's really hard if in your diet, if you're eating a balanced diet, to go way over 100% unless you're supplementing, okay? The only one of these that can be toxic is vitamin D. Only the fats. The name of the app is Chronometer. Chronometer is the name of the app. I know I froze for a hot second. So sorry, our Wi-Fi in the house has been driving me crazy. So I'm going back to the questions. Will this help with polycystic ovarian syndrome? Specific recommendations. So the pathophysiology of polycystic ovarian syndrome is insulin resistance. So when you look at nutrition for polycystic ovarian syndrome, you need to make sure that you are eating a nutritional profile that is going to lower your fasting blood sugars and lower your fasting insulin levels. One of the most efficient ways you can do that is to make sure you're getting 25 to 35 grams of fiber in your diet per day. 25 to 35 grams of fiber. Why? Fiber contains soluble and insoluble fiber. Soluble fiber, which is dissolved in water, is what feeds our microbiome. The microbiome is the gatekeeper for so many things in our body. It has a gut-mind connection. So people who have adequate amounts of fiber in their diet through nutrition, not supplementation, okay, have lower depression, lower mental health issues. They have lower fasting blood sugars. And the soluble fiber, the insoluble fiber is what speeds the motility of the stool through the colon and decreases the inflammation rates in the colon, because you want things to be moving through there as quickly as possible. Wow, how do you get that much fiber? There are tons of food that are loaded with fiber. Avocado, leafy greens, any of the cruciferous vegetables, artichokes, lentils, legumes are the highest in fiber. They're so freaking good for you. They keep your gut motility happy. I mean, these are nutritional choices. You can't overthink this. So this should help people with leaky gut syndrome. Yes, the most effective thing to help with leaky gut is fiber. Absolutely. Nutritionally based fiber found in whole foods. Because, when you're eating these foods that are rich in fiber, you're also getting so many other powerful antioxidants, anti-inflammatories, all natural components. This is what we were intended to eat. But we have fallen into these traps of convenience foods, of overprocessed foods, of hyperprocessed foods that are killing us, that are making us miserable. And how do you keep your Porsche engine running fabulous? You put the right gas in it. Okay, you put crappy gas in it. I mean, we think more about the gas we put in our car than the nutrition we put in our body. I mean, I'm quoting Cher, but kind of like her. I hope I look that good ever. So, okay, but I digress. I'm going back to the questions. Okay, what should you eat for magnesium? Lots of foods are rich in magnesium. Hang on one second. Let me go get my notes. All right, so I will go through foods that are rich in each of these. I got to go grab my notes, which are on my laptop. But so vitamin D, what's rich in vitamin D? So I talked about what foods are rich in fiber. We have, as a side to my meal, I'll sometimes break my fast with one. I just love them. And they're, as a side to my meal, I'll sometimes break my fast with one. I just love them. And they're packed with nutrition, fiber, and healthy fats. So, why is vitamin D toxic? It takes a lot of vitamin D to become toxic, but it can become toxic. Absolutely. You store it. So you store too much, then your body is not happy with it. So like vitamin A can be toxic in small, in nutritional amounts, it's absolutely beneficial. Most people are deficient in vitamin D. So vitamin D toxicity is usually only found when people are taking unmitigated super physiologic doses, like something your doctor would prescribe. And, if you're taking like 50,000 IUs a day from your doctor, I'm breaking up. Am I still breaking up? I was walking around. Okay, so let's go to magnesium. Let me find the notes. Okay, let me go. Okay, I've got 10 magnesium-rich foods that are super healthy. Okay, dark chocolate. What, Dr. Haver? Can we have dark chocolate? Remember, your dark chocolate, no more than 1 ounce a day, and it should be at least 70% cacao. Okay, avocados, holla, rich in magnesium. Avocado a day keeps the doctor away. Nuts, almonds, cashews, and Brazil nuts are very high in magnesium. Legumes, legumes. Remember, legumes were also high in fiber. So here you are able to hit multiple of these nutrients with one food. Legumes, which are lentils, beans, chickpeas, peas, and soybeans, okay? Basically, your bean family. A 1 cup serving of cooked black beans has 30% of the recommended daily intake of your magnesium. So that's a third of it right there with a cup of beans. You're also getting a ton of fiber there, okay? So you're knocking out 2 birds with 1 stone. Tofu, seeds. So many seeds, flax, pumpkin, chia seeds contain high amounts of magnesium. So I often break my fast with a parfait where I do plain yogurt, full fat plain yogurt, nothing added, nothing subtracted. It's just yogurt the way God intended, but it's Greek strained, so it's higher in protein. So I'll have a half a cup of that. I'll put a tablespoon of flax seeds, ground, a tablespoon of chia seeds. I'll put a handful of nuts, so a 1/4 cup of nuts, and then I'll put berries on top. And that parfait is bursting with nutrition, bursting with fiber, bursting with probiotics. That's how I think of food now. Like, how is this serving me? Yes, it tastes good and it tastes freaking fantastic. So, food to me is now more than just the taste and the celebration. It's all of those things. But I also think about what it's doing to keep me healthy, what it's doing to keep me from dying. Okay. And those of you who, okay, I'm going to exploit my family tragedy here for a hot second because it might help someone. I'm going to flip the camera around and show you guys my family. This is the wall of memories for me. My dad died in May. Sorry, he was born in March. My dad died May 7th of this year. My brother Jude died just over a year ago, July. My brother Bob died in 2015. My brother Jeff died of cancer when I was 9 years old, okay? So here's like in real life. Here's my dad, Bob, and Jude. They've all died and holding my baby at her baptism. So this is real life for me. Cancer, liver failure, old age. My dad made it to a nice old age, okay? He had some chronic medical problems that got him in the end, but it was time. He had a beautiful life. So that is why I do this. This is why I think this way. This is why I try to teach all of you this, okay? So I'm going to go over it again from the beginning. Hi, for those of you who are just joining me, I am Dr. Mary Claire Haver. Please hit that follow button. I am a board certified OB-GYN, but I think most importantly, so yeah, I have all the credentials. You can look me up online. I'm a real doctor, but I am culinary medicine certified. I have a basically probably a master's degree in equivalent of what would probably be a master's degree in nutritional science, nutritional medicine. I'm not a registered dietitian. Those people are freaking awesome. If you can get your hands on one and get a consult with one, I highly recommend it. But I'm not a registered dietitian. I'm not pretending to be one, but I do have special and extra training in nutrition, and you can look up that certification as well. Okay. So I have a challenge for you. I just made a TikTok on it, and I have all the instructions and rules there. So if you missed some of this, you can go back to the TikTok. This is a very special challenge. This is a nutrition challenge. This is trying to help you rethink the way that you think about weight loss and food and nutrition. Okay, let me click out of this. Here we go. So here's the challenge. Are you ready? This challenge is for anyone who's done everything they were told and they can't lose weight. Okay? I know that's a lot of you. You've done the fad diets, you've done keto, you've done, paleo, you've done all this stuff. And maybe you lost a few pounds, but you were not able to sustain it. You couldn't sustain it. Okay? You work out, you eat less, you calorie restrict, you lose a couple pounds, it comes right back. Okay, I'm going to teach you something. I'm going to give you a challenge that I want you to do that is going to blow your mind. It's way different, I think, than anything you've ever done. Okay, we're going to track your nutrients. What? Why would I do that? Trust me, go with me on this. We're going to track your nutrients. How? I want you to download an app, put it on your phone, a nutrition tracker. Now, most of the apps out there, when you type in free nutrition tracker, you are going to get something that was developed for keto or something that was developed for calorie counting or whatever. But some of the better ones have an extensive nutrition database. My favorite is Chronometer, Chronometer. Chronometer. Oh, and thank you for following. Some of you, it gets me a notification when you follow. Thank you so much. Please follow me. Hi. I have a lot of great stuff here. And share this video if you think it'll help someone. Share this video. So it's awesome. Oh, you're in Houston. Hey, sister. We're neighbors. I'm in Galveston. For real, skis. Here's G-Town right here. I live on the bay. I'm lucky. I live in one of those elevated houses across from a bay. Okay, so download a nutrition tracker. My favorite is Chronometer, Chronometer. Chronometer. Yes, mind-blowing. People are telling me, putting comments, mind-blown when they tried Chronometer. Chronometer was developed for nutrition. They do track calories and they'll track your macros, but that's not why it was created. It was created to track nutrition. So it has a really great database. I love these people. We're actually partnering with them with Galveston Diet just so that we have a landing page for our followers. It makes it a little bit easy, and they're going to put these nutrients in the forefront, but we're working on that. Okay, so using this app, I want you to not go on a diet, not do anything different. Just eat your normal, regular stuff. Eat what you think is healthy, whatever, or eat whatever you're eating for a week, and track your food. Track your food in there. Okay, put your food in there. And I want you to pay attention to four things. Four things. Fiber, omega-3, magnesium, and vitamin D. One more time. Fiber, omega-3, magnesium, and vitamin D. If you miss this or don't have time to write it down, I have a TikTok about this I just made, okay? Track those four things. Do not track your vitamins or your supplements. What? Don't track them. This is an exercise in using food for your nutrients, not supplements, okay? Just track the food intake. Do it for a week. Then after a week, look to see where you're deficient. Most of you are going to be deficient in one, more, possibly all of these, okay? Track to see where those four nutrients, and I was very, very specific and very strategic on why I chose these, okay? Just those 4. Then, after that week, you know, all right, I need more magnesium, I need more vitamin D. You're going to have to figure out what foods are rich in these and add them to your diet so that you can get your percentages to 100% of the RDI or RDA, okay, recommend daily intake. At least 100%. You can go over. Vitamin D, you got to be careful with. It's hard to get toxic on vitamin D unless you're taking super supplements, but we're not going to do supplements right now, okay? Track and then pick food that will get you above 100% of the RDI, of the recommended daily intake. And the RDIs and the RDAs are loaded into the nutrition tracker. You don't have to go look those up. They should be there. Okay? So, do that for a few weeks. You most likely will lose weight, especially if you were deficient, and you're going to gain some pretty freaking amazing health benefits. If you had low fiber intake, you are going to decrease your blood sugar, you're going to decrease your cortisol, you're going to decrease your insulin level, your gut microbiome will become a lot happier, okay? So much happier. So, let me reload this page real quick. All right, so I'm going to give you some examples of foods. So let's go with magnesium first. No, you cannot just take supplements. This is the purpose of this exercise. You cannot supplement your way out of poor nutritional choices. You cannot go through the drive-thru and take a handful of supplements and think that they negate each other. The purpose of this exercise, of this challenge, is to teach you to use whole food, real food, food from nature, not from the drive-thru and not from a chemical lab, to hit those values. Do not supplement. People need supplements, okay? Who? You are allergic. You cannot eat fish. You need an omega-3 supplement more than likely. It's hard to get your omega-3 levels up. Vitamin D. So many Americans are deficient in vitamin D because they don't eat enough of the healthy foods that contain vitamin D, like fish, okay? They don't get out in the sun. You know, COVID, we were all inside. Vitamin D levels dropped dramatically, and vitamin D is connected to everything. But this is an exercise in teaching you how to use food to hit your nutritional values. Stop using crutches like supplements, okay? I take supplements, specific for me and my nutritional needs and what's going on in my body, but I don't take supplements until I max out my food. Max out my food. So yeah, if you're allergic, you can find algae-based vitamin omega-3 supplements. Absolutely. I think Nordic Naturals have one if you can't take fish. So, you know, that's who supplements are for. People who have something out of the norm that they cannot do it through food. They just can't. Or they live in a food desert. Or they, don't have access to X, Y, and Z. So, magnesium, what type of magnesium? Oh my God. Food. You want to eat food rich in magnesium. Stop thinking about magnesium supplements. Magnesium can be medicinal, which means you're going over the recommended daily allowance in order to get medicinal benefits. Like my daughter grinds her teeth. Her doctor recommended a magnesium supplement. Not that she stopped looking for foods rich in magnesium, that she take a super physiologic dose medicinally to relax the jaw so that she doesn't grind her teeth as much. So, that's medicinal. That's different than just reading meetings. The recommended daily intake is based on food. Food, whole food. I know this is hard. I know this is blowing your mind. I know this is different than everything you've ever done. So, foods that are rich in magnesium. Let's start with that one, okay? Dark chocolate. No more than 1 ounce a day, at least 70% cacao. Watch out for the added sugars. Number 2, avocados. Avocados are also hugely rich, besides magnesium, in fiber. So you're hitting 2 birds with 1 stone there, okay? Eating avocados can reduce inflammation, improve cholesterol levels, and increase your feelings of fullness after a meal, so you don't eat as much. It's amazing. Does having a shake count as real food? If you take real food and put it in a blender and blend it up, then it counts. If you're using supplemental Shakeology or protein powders, whatever, that doesn't count. We're trying to use whole food in the form of whole food, meaning a fruit, a vegetable, not a supplement or a shake or something, okay? Because if you're not doing this, I know I'm blowing your mind. You're like, wait. What if everybody's like, wait. So nuts and seeds, super high in magnesium. You guys should be eating a serving of nuts a day and a serving of seeds a day, every single freaking day. That is what we were intended to eat, okay? Legumes, high in fiber. This is lentils, beans, chickpeas, and soybeans. So freaking good for you. So good for you. So good for you. Okay. All right. Tofu, not my fave, but I'll eat soybeans. So I did seeds, whole grains. Whole grains include whole grain, not processed. Okay. 100% whole grain, not white flour. Throw that shit out of your house. You should almost never be eating that. That is just the worst thing for you ever. Whole grains, wheat, oats, barley, and buckwheat and quinoa. Whole grains are excellent sources of many, many nutrients, including magnesium. Okay. All right. And then some fatty fish, guys. Fatty fish will give you your omega-3s. Now, if you're allergic, God bless you. Fatty fish, so freaking nutritious. Magnesium, so salmon, mackerel, halibut. Half a fillet of salmon packs 53 grams of magnesium. Okay, so good. Also, fish is rich in potassium, selenium, and 8 B vitamins and other nutrients, and of course, omega-3 fatty acids. So, does pasta count from chickpea flour? Count? Maybe. Not all of the chickpea pastas are the same. Flip that box over and look at the added ingredients. It should just be chickpea flour and water. That's it. If that's what it's made out of, you're good to go. But if it has a bunch of other crap loaded in there, no, not okay. So you've got to read your leafy greens, guys. Leafy greens, healthy, loaded with magnesium. Kale, spinach, collard greens, turnip greens, mustard greens. 1 cup of cooked spinach. So meaning the spinach has been cooked and you get it in a cup, not a cup of raw and then you cook it. Does that make sense? Because a cup of cooked spinach is a lot of raw spinach. A cup of cooked spinach has 157 milligrams of magnesium, 39% of the RDA. It's also high in iron, manganese, vitamins A, C, and K. It also helps protect your skin from damage because it contains polyphenols, which are powerful antioxidants. I mean, so the reason we're doing all of this nutrition to use whole foods is because these whole foods, if you're like going for magnesium, you're also getting fiber. You're also getting other micronutrients. You're also getting anthocyanins. You're also getting antioxidants and anti-inflammatory components. You are priming your body to work as efficiently as possible. Okay, repeat please the cooked spinach. So when you're looking at spinach, you have raw spinach and you have cooked spinach. If anyone's ever cooked spinach from raw, you know that that giant bag of spinach is going to cook down to a tiny bit. Okay, because spinach is mostly water, and when you cook it, the water starts coming out and the leaves wilt and then it crumples down. So what I'm talking about in a cup is a cup of cooked spinach. The spinach is cooked and now packed into a cup, which is probably 3 or 4 cups of raw spinach. Does that make sense? So just trying to clear that up. How many grams of each? It depends. It just depends. You're not supplementing. You're looking for food. So you got to do some detective work here. I'm going through a few things that are rich, but you have to start looking for playing detective in your own diet and your own nutrition to find the foods that are high in these nutrients, okay? What else do I like about Chronometer? It will suggest foods for you to help you reach those goals. It'll be like, hey, how about a serving of this? That'll get you to your 100%. I freaking love that about the Chronometer app. So, okay, so let's do vitamin D. Everybody wants to know about vitamin D. Okay. 7 foods that are rich in vitamin D. Salmon. Y'all, I hope you're not allergic to fish. I really feel bad for you if you are, but salmon is super high in omega-3s. So a 3.5, 100-gram serving of farmed Atlantic salmon, though I prefer the not farmed, has 526 IUs of vitamin D, or about 66% of the daily value. Wild caught salmon has 988. Wild caught tends to be a lot healthier than farm caught. But if all you have is farm caught, then get that. Okay, I'm not going to be that picky. But if you have a choice, it's a little more expensive, but I think it's worth it because the nutritional value is so much higher. So one 3.5 ounce serving of wild caught salmon has 124% of the daily value of vitamin D. One and done. Check that box and you are done. So herrings and sardines, not my favorite, but if that floats your boat, then go for it. Let's see. Cod liver oil, again, all this comes from fatty fish, canned tuna, egg yolks. So the egg yolk in of itself is a good source and is very, very nutritious. Most of the protein in the egg is found in the whites. But the fat, the vitamins, and the minerals are found in the yolk. So this whole fat-free mentality, which I'm not a fan of, led us to like shunning the egg yolk. Guys, this is where it is packed with nutrition. Okay, so mushrooms. Mushrooms are the really only good plant source of vitamin D. I had a cup of mushrooms last night with my dinner. I just ate them I washed them and ate them right out of the thing. They were absolutely freaking delicious. And then there's a lot of fortified foods that are fortified. So cow's milk, soy milk, orange juice, cereal, and oatmeal can be fortified, but you probably want to not do the fortification route and get it from whole food if you can. Okay, so we did magnesium. We've done vitamin D. What about fiber? Put in the comments below what you think fiber-rich foods are. Give me some fiber-rich foods down there. Let me see what your comments are. Okay. Let's see. You're trying to like the mushrooms. That's cute. Greens, pineapple, flax. Okay, good. Oatmeal, broccoli, fruits and veggies, lentils, legumes, avocado, raspberries, popcorn, nuts, peas, chia, spinach, grapes. Grapes not so high in fiber, but can be a healthy food. Peanut butter. Yeah, peanut butter if it's just ground peanuts, not with a bunch of shit added to it, okay? Because you're undoing any goodness in peanut butter when you start adding sugar, and they add a lot of, you want the natural peanut butter because they add an oil which is highly inflammatory to give it that creamy consistency, and so it undoes all of the good. All right, so high fiber foods you should eat. Okay, so for women, remember, minimum of 25 grams a day. I shoot for 38 grams a day for a man. So you know what? I don't like the pink tax on women. I'm going for the man's amount. Okay, it's not going to kill me, and it'll just make me healthy. It's palm oil. You're right. Palm oil is added to the peanut butter. It's gross. Okay, so fiber. What does fiber do for us? It reduces our cholesterol. People who have high fiber diets, not through supplementation, through food, way less, okay? It adds bulk to your digestive tract. It keeps you full longer. It promotes your blood sugar to be stable, and it reduces your gastrointestinal cancer risk. Okay, all good things. Having a brother who died of gastrointestinal cancer, super important. And my uncle died before at 51 from colon cancer. Super important to me. And if my cousins are watching, miss him every day. Great man. So glad he left you guys with me. He has 7 kids, and they're some of my best friends. So cancer is shitty in my family. It's so bad. Okay. All right. Pears. Pears are high in fiber. Strawberries, avocado, said that earlier, apples, raspberries, bananas, carrots, beets, broccoli, artichokes, super high, Brussels sprouts, lentils, super high, all your beans, kidney beans, lentil beans, split peas, chickpeas, edamame, lima beans, quinoa, oats. Oats are super duper duper high, okay? But when you're choosing oats, you want to do steel cut whole oats, the way like the farmer made them, not with a bunch of processing and crap added to it. You can add berries, you can add, natural fruit or whatever, and you can add cream or whatever, but you guys, popcorn, super high. And corn is a whole grain. Yay. Almonds, super high. Chia seeds, insanely high. Insanely high. The most fiber you can get from it is one of the most high fiber things you can eat is chia seeds. And I love sprinkling them on my parfait. So chia seeds may be the single best source of fiber on the planet. Try them mixed into lots of things. You can throw them into anything you're baking. You can, I put them in my smoothies. I put them in on top of my parfaits that I make. I just freaking love them. Sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, walnuts, pistachios, and fresh coconut are all also very, very high. Sweet potatoes, dark chocolate. Dark chocolate's really, really high. Shocker. Okay, but just make sure to choose dark chocolate that is at least 70% cacao, and avoid products that are loaded in added sugar. So a 3.1 gram, okay, so a 1 ounce piece of 70 to 85% cacao has 3.1 grams of fiber. So not too bad. So I make it a point to always have some dark chocolate around to nibble on if I have a little sweet tooth, but an ounce. I mean, you're not like eating the whole bar or anything like that. Okay. All right. Let's see. So we did magnesium, we did fiber, we did vitamin D. Let's do omega-3. Omega-3. What foods do you think are rich in omega-3s? Let me hear that. Let me get your opinions on that. Oh, dark chocolate brand. Oh, I have one. Let me go find it. Let me see where it went. So I bet it's in the pantry. We're going to go in my pantry. It's called Cacao, K-A-K-O-W, I think. They are out of the Dominican Republic. It is a small family. It's actually some friends of mine. I have I have friends in, I don't know where, I think my husband ate it all. I had a few bars. They had sent them to me, but Cacao, K-A-K-O-W, I think is how you spell it, is my favorite brand. I think my husband took it to Kazakhstan, which is okay. I'll just order some more. K-A-K-O-W. They're out of Dominican Republic, but they have a distribution office in New York, so you can get it in the U.S. They have really, really high quality. They're vegan certified and all the things. So I'm not a vegan, but that's important to some people. Okay. So omega-3, what foods provide omega-3? Fatty fish. That's one of the top ones, okay? Let's see. I'm going to pull up the food. I get this from the NIH, National Institutes of Health. Let's see. Fatty fish is huge. That's going to be your richest source. Remember, there's 3 types of omega-3 fatty acids: DHA, EPA, and ALA. DHA and EPA tend to be the ones found in animal sources. ALA is the one found in so fish and other seafood, especially cold water fatty fish such as salmon, mackerel, tuna, herring, and sardines. However, nuts and seeds such as flaxseed, chia seeds. So remember, chia had fiber as well. So here we are hitting multiple, doing multiple things with one food. We're clicking multiple boxes. Because remember, those of you who are just joining, we are tracking fiber, omega-3, magnesium, and vitamin D. Fiber, omega-3, magnesium, and vitamin D, okay? We're not talking about supplements. We're talking about food, whole food rich in these nutrients. This is the challenge, and I'll go through the challenge again. Plant oils such as flaxseed oil, soybean oil, and canola oil can also be rich in omega-3, but they're also rich in omega-6. So not my favorite. I prefer that you use food that are rich in omega-3. So mackerel, salmon, cod, herring, oysters, sardines, anchovies, caviar. Okay, those are the animal versions. And then flax seeds, chia, walnuts, soybeans, so edamame. Remember edamame. So remember, look at this. We're seeing these foods that are rich in multiple of these nutrients that we're tracking. So pumpkin seeds, yes, are rich in magnesium as well. Okay, so let's start at the beginning. Hi, so many of you have joined now. We're almost 400 people watching. I'm Dr. Mary Claire Haber. I'm the creator and founder of the Galveston Diet. I just did a TikTok, if you want to go check it out, on a challenge. This is not the Galveston 50 challenge. This is a nutrition challenge. So, and I created this challenge after, I have 61,000 students enrolled in the Galveston Diet, probably more now. I don't check every day. But I have millions of followers on TikTok. Well, 1.2 plus million followers on TikTok. I have hundreds of thousands of followers on other social media outlets. Fine, whatever. But I get the same questions over and over again. And I get the same comments, frustrations. There's a definite pattern. So it seems like a lot of you, not all, as we go through midlife, start seeing changes in our body. A lot of it is age related. A lot is hormone related. I'm specifically really talking to women, though this challenge works for everyone. Okay. But if you are a woman in midlife who's done everything she's been told to do as far as weight loss, she's, this fad, that fad, this works for a little while, and then the weight comes right back on. You kind of end off worse than you were. You've worked out, you've counted calories, you've done all the things. You keep going back to your doctor every year and he's like, work out more, lose weight. Because that's what I used to tell patients. I've got a tip, I've got a challenge for you that just might change your life. And I've posted this challenge. I've tweaked it because so many questions. I've tried to clarify it a little bit more. This is something probably very different than you've ever done before. It's a very specific challenge. If you want the rules, they're in the TikTok I just posted. So go check that out. But if you're struggling with weight loss, I want you to try something. If nothing else has worked. If you're happy and your weight's awesome and you're doing great, you can probably still do this challenge, but it's not about weight loss. It's about health. Okay. Yes, cacao chocolate. Okay. Sorry, squirrel. I want you to try this. Step 1, go to the App Store and download a free nutrition tracker. Okay. A lot of the apps that are going to come up were developed for keto, which is not my fan. I'm not a fan of keto, or developed for calorie counting. There's a ton out there. Chronometer is my favorite. Chronometer. Chronometer. It's called Chronometer. So many of you are coming in and out, so I just have to keep repeating myself. Chronometer. It's my favorite. It has an awesome nutrition database. It was developed for nutrition, but you can count calories and you can count macros and all that on there, but its focus is nutrition. So I like it. But other people have done, MyFitnessPal said it worked for them. Other people have done, Carb Manager said it worked for them. But I love Chronometer. 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 Okay? Yes, it's Chronometer. And it's free. I have the paid version, so the interface is a little bit easier, but I like Chronometer. So download an app that's going to track your nutrients. Remember, most of these are developed for keto, so you're going to get all this keto stuff on there, or calorie counting, you're going to get all kind of, ignore that. You're just tracking nutrition. Okay, that's step 1. Step 2, track what you eat. Eat normally. Don't go on a diet. Eat healthy. Just do your normal, everyday, whatever. Just do your normal. And at the end of a week, I want you to look specifically for 4 nutrients. 4 nutrients. That's it. Just 4. And I'm very strategic about what I've chosen. And after the end of the challenge, you'll figure it out. Fiber, omega-3, magnesium, and vitamin D. Fiber, omega-3, magnesium, and vitamin D. Those are the 4 nutrients I want you to track. That's it. I want you to see, now you're not tracking your supplements, just your food. Put your supplements away for a week, unless your doctor has advised you to take them for some nutritional deficiency. Put your vitamins on the side, you're not going to die, okay? Track those 4 things, just using food. Most of you are going to be deficient in all of them, okay? Almost everyone, 99% of you are going to be deficient in one. Okay. Fiber, omega-3, vitamin. Now, here's the tricky part. Here's where the rubber meets the road. Can you do this? Because the people who've done this have come back to me and said, oh my effing God, you changed my life. This is where I'm going to change your life. hang on. I want you to use food, whole food, not supplements. Whole food. Food, fruits, vegetables, lean meats. Fruits, vegetables, lean meats. That's it. Seeds, nuts. To raise the recommended daily intake of those nutrients to at least 100% or more. I want you to use food, not supplements. Food. So that's where you're going to have to think. Now, earlier in this video, I went through tons of foods that are rich in these things, but you can Google this. What are foods rich in magnesium? What are foods rich in vitamin D? What are foods rich in fiber? Chronometer, I think in the paid version, has an option where it will tell you, maybe a serving of this will get you up to 100%. It will suggest foods for you, okay? Those 4 things: fiber, omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, and magnesium. Food choices. Now, there are a lot of foods that are rich in multiple of these. Chia seeds, legumes. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. You have to think. You can't just randomly eat out of the pantry. You can't just randomly go to the drive-thru. You must use whole food to reach those nutritional values and not supplements. The RDI is going to be in the tracker. You don't have to look that up. It will tell you. You are at X% of where you're at. Chronometer does a great job at this. That's why I like it. It tells me you have reached 55% of your calcium is one I'm always chasing, okay? It will tell you where you are on a day, and it will look back for a week and tell you, you hit, 60% this week of your vitamin D. I know I need to eat more foods rich in vitamin D, okay? Push yourself to find foods that will get you to 100% of your nutrients, and something freaking magical is going to happen. If you're overweight, you will most likely lose weight without even trying, because you're not on a diet. You're just chasing foods to try to hit your nutrient values. But you will also gain some pretty awesome health benefits. Menopausal, you're going to sleep better. You're not going to be as hungry. Your brain fog's going to be better. Okay? If you have mental health issues, those should improve. Magnesium is magical for mental health, as well as fiber. The gut-mind connection between the microbiome and the brain is real, and fiber feeds the biome and keeps it healthy and functioning at proper amounts. So, if you have questions about this, I'm going to go to the question box and try to get them answered, okay? How much should we eat of each one? Goal. You need to, don't take supplements. This is not a supplement challenge. This is a food challenge, a whole food nutrition challenge. The name of the app is Chronometer, my favorite. There are others. If you have one that's working, just use that one. So you need to eat as much as it takes to get you to the recommended daily intake, which will be on your app, okay? I will show you, I will flip my camera around. Let me go to my Chronometer and I will show you what mine looks like. Now, again, I have the paid version. This is not a commercial for Chronometer. Okay. So here is me from yesterday. All right, ready? We're going to flip this around. This is the desktop version of Chronometer. I upload it in my phone, and then I look at it at the end of the day on my laptop because I like the interface of the laptop better. So hold tight. There's 400 of you watching. I'm going to flip the camera. So here it is. It's Chronometer. There's the app. Okay, here was yesterday, right? Here was everything I ate, which I put in on my phone. I track what I eat. Okay, so nutrition scores. All targets, I hit 91%. Vitamins, 94. Minerals, 68. Meh. Electrolytes, immune support, antioxidants. Okay, but here is omega-3. So I hit 247% of my omega-3. I hit 157% of my magnesium, 135% of my fiber, and 227% of my vitamin D. Yay me! So that is why I like it. Again, if you've got one that is working for you, so Remember, supplements will not negate poor nutrition. You cannot swallow a handful of supplements and think that that is doing anything for you. I take supplements. They're specific for me and my life and where my nutritional deficiencies are based on my allergies and my intolerances, okay? I don't absorb iron very well because I have chronic gastritis. It runs in my family. My brother died of esophageal cancer because of this, okay? Because of his chronic gastritis, I take iron because I don't absorb it very well, okay? I take vitamin D. I get good nutritional amounts, but I want to hit 200 to 300%, so I supplement a little bit on top of that. Okay, so any consideration for diabetes, talk to your doctor first. Before you try any nutritional program, you must discuss it with your physician first. We do have type 2 diabetics who've done well with this. Intermittent fast with this too. Abso-freaking-lutely, I'm fasting right now. I got my black coffee and I'm doing this. Oh, I've been talking for a long time. Okay. Yes, you can absolutely intermittent fast with this challenge too. Oh, please add Galveston diet fiber to chronometer data. It's in there. Just type in Galveston and see if it comes up. It should be in there. I'll talk to chronometer if it's not. Are almonds high in omega-6? We're not tracking omega-6. We're tracking omega-3 fatty acids. We don't track omega-6. I'm talking about omega-3. How do you track all of this? You use an app. So my favorite app is Chronometer. You can go to the App Store on your phone and look up free nutrition tracker, but be careful. Some of the trackers are keto, and don't have great nutritional databases. We've had success with people choosing Chronometer. We've had success with people choosing MyFitnessPal, with Lose It, with Carb Manager. My favorite is Chronometer. Basically, you do you. Whatever works for you, you do you. I thought your body can only absorb so much. No. What is the best time of day to take a probiotic? Anytime. Just take it. I take mine when I break my fast. So, what are your thoughts on adrenal fatigue? So, adrenal fatigue is not recognized as a diagnosis from any reputable, recognized, board certified medical community member. It's just not a thing. It's like testosterone deficiency in women. And do I think that it doesn't exist at all? No. I don't think that. I think that it has been overblown. I think it's overused. I think there are charlatans out there that use these medical terms to overdiagnose people so that they will buy their products, their supplements, their cures for diseases that really don't exist. And you asked my opinion, that is my opinion. I am board certified. I read medical journal articles and studies. I'd never heard of adrenal fatigue. I didn't know what that was. Now, there is a condition called Addison's disease where your adrenal gland does not work. But adrenal fatigue is something that is thrown out, and it's been picked up by the alternative medicine community. Not that all alternative medicine is bad, but I think it's overutilized. When you're diagnosed with adrenal fatigue, ask the doctor what percentage of his patients have adrenal fatigue, and it's going to be close to 100. That's when you need to get nervous. It should be less than 1%, and there's very specific testing to test for it. So, and then it's called Addison's disease, which is a humongous endocrinological issue. So that is my personal opinion. Your doctor recommended magnesium. Is there a best time to take? Ask your doctor. It depends on what he recommended magnesium for. So it depends. If it's for sleep, you need to be taking it at night. It really depends. That is a personal conversation between you and your physician. Where do I get my wig from? Girl, I got it from Jesus. I got it from God. I ain't got no wig. This is my hair. So, yeah, this is it. It's not coming off. It's my hair. It has gray. It's time to color. So, yeah, I got my wig from God. This is the hair I was born with. It's gotten colored and treated over time, but that's about it. So, it's no wig. It's my hair. But thanks for asking. That was funny. You made me laugh. What about feet pain? Can you overdose vitamin D? Yes, you can absolutely take super physiologic dose. So people who become toxic on vitamin D are typically people who've received super physiologic doses for a severe vitamin D deficiency and then never stop taking it. Most reputable physicians will recommend taking those super, like 50,000 IUs for a very finite period of time, and then they will wean you down to a dose that you can maintain over the long term. It's kind of like a loading dose to get you kind of started. And then you, so it's people who ignored their physician's advice and stayed on the super high doses, and then they become toxic. Let's see. You've been eating all these, but still deficient. Are you having your blood levels checked? So we're just trying to hit the recommended daily allowance. So if you need to eat more to get up to the RDI. We're not talking about blood levels. Let's see. Any thoughts on BHRT, or do this first? Both. Okay, so this is a whole separate thing than the hormone replacement therapy discussion. Bioidentical versus regular, you do you, whatever feels best to you. But remember, you want the FDA version of bioidentical. You don't want the stuff that's made in the back of someone's lab. You want something that's tested and shown to be safe in the general population. So our bioidentical is up to you. I don't do bioidentical. I prefer a patch. For the convenience of my life, I am on a estrogen and progesterone patch for my HRT. But again, that was a personal discussion looking at my risk factors, if I was a good candidate for hormones, and something I decided between myself and my practitioner. Even as a doctor, I had a discussion of as a patient with my personal practitioner, and we discussed, HRT and the benefits and what it would do for me and my family history and everything, and we decided to go for it. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up, guys. I've been on for a long time. I need to go to the gym. My gym is in my garage. I need to go work out. But again, it is download a nutrition tracker. My favorite is Chronometer. There is a TikTok about this. Track, just eat normally for a week. Track what you eat. And then finally, then add in food, whole food, not supplements. Don't track your supplements. Add in food to reach the 100% or more of the recommended daily intake of you. Yes, I work out fasted every single freaking day, and there's nothing wrong with it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you learned something. Check us out at galvestondiet.com. I will put a blog about this. It's time, because everybody loves this challenge, and I'll make a blog about it, but I'm not there yet. We're coming out with a perimenopause quiz, so that's kind of on the top of my plate. We're coming out with a Spanish version of the Galveston Diet, and I'm doing the Galveston 50 challenge right now, which is 50 days of nutrition, exercise, mindset, no alcohol, personal goal setting, and accountability. So we're doing that right now. Y'all can jump in if you like. If you go up here to Galveston Diet, click on there. There's a link at the top of the page where you can go to our website, learn more about us, and participate in the Galveston 50 challenge if you like. All right, guys, have a great day. Take care.